Good morning and welcome to week number 12. That's right. Ooh. Week number 12. We are week number 12. We are 6 weeks out from the marathon. So this is run number 56 for the Marathon Training Plan 2020. And today is a tempo session. And it's only going to be 8K actually. So we're starting to taper down a little bit with the speed. So 8K at around a 5:46 pace, somewhere there, and I'm excited. I mean, I don't feel as, I guess, nervous just because I've done the 9, the 10, and I've done the 8 already as well. So I'm looking forward to maybe seeing if I can build a bit more of a buffer in this one, but at the same time not being stupid or doing anything over the top. It is an absolutely spectacular morning. As you can probably tell, it's sunny. Well, there's some blue sky around, but I'm gonna get out where the sun is. These are the shoes I'm wearing today, using these as the speed, hopefully the speed mechanism, to ensure that I can keep the stability and the speed needed. Feeling good. Last night was a bit restless. I was a bit sore. I think my legs were still recovering a bit, but I did some stretching, some foam rolling this morning in order to make sure that I would be as good as possible for this morning's run. You'll notice that I'm a bit closer today on the on the GoPro. That's because last week my GoPro Max tripod Max grip, I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, I twisted it and it broke. It fell over, and that happened on the 22.5K run. So I've got a new one coming. So I'm just using my shorty, my spare one, which is a bit short, obviously. All right, so let's get out and get this done. But yeah, feeling not too bad. Going to be listening to music today, and just to help keep the tempo happening. I'm excited. This week is going to be a beast. It's going to be, there's some easier runs this week, but there's also the massive 27.5K, or maybe it's just 27.5K at the end of this week, which we know that's going to be a big challenge, and especially having to do some repeats. I'm seeing if I can set up a bit of a makeshift course around home, and seeing if I can spread out that 300 meters to be a bit further, just because, yeah. You can imagine why. All right, we're gonna get out and get this done. I'm trying to think about something else that I wanted to mention, but I cannot remember. So we're gonna go. All right, 5K in, got a good buffer, 5:32. Let's go, 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 come on! Getting it done. 2K to go. Let's do this. Come on! That was tough stuff. Really tough. Ooh. For some reason tougher than the 9K or 10K last week, whatever it was. It was probably just because I'm tired, to be honest. Haven't slept much, just been restless. That won't help. So, but that's okay. I've met target, done better than planned. However, from a mental and a physical standpoint, I was pushing. I was digging deep and had to walk a few times just to just to catch my breath and get into a better zone, I guess. Whew. It's funny because here I am doing this run, knowing that I think I've probably done around a 5:35 pace. Expected to do around what, the 5:43, 5:46, so I'm way above target. But I think what I'm trying to do is keep it up, right? Because it pushes me, it enables me to grow, and I don't want to give in to the pace target, but at the same time I don't want to overdo it. So there was times where I'm pushing and I'm just like, it's not worth it. I need to capture myself, pull myself together, and that's when I walked a couple of spots. And but at the end of the day, the whole strategy of this entire plan, like for the whole 18 weeks, was I did not want to stop my watch while running. And it becomes a bad habit when you do it, is going out for a 20k run, get to 10k, you pause the watch, you know, and you're just taking your time, and then you have a 10-minute break, and then you continue on for the next 10k. Now that's fine, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Because it's different for everyone. But I did that last year in my plan and it was fine. But this year I wanted to set that additional goal, that when I'm doing my runs, that I'm giving myself buffer, the ability to throttle up and give myself a buffer in case I need to slow down, which is what I've done here. So if anything, it's working. Whew. And that's probably one thing that I wanted to mention this week as well, is before we get into the stats, is now that we have 6 weeks left, I'm going to start really strategizing. And later in this week, I'm going to show you what the plan is for the rest of the 6 weeks, just so you can get a bit of an indication, and I'll talk about a bit more on what I'm planning to do. And as a quick sneak peek, the plan actually is I want to start adding in that throttling level in the longer run. So I've got 27.5k this week. Now I haven't gone into the specifics yet, but what I would like to do is run the first 20k or so, you know, at a relaxed pace, 6:30, whatever, and then for the final 7k or however much it be, and the final 7k or however much it be, I want to throttle that at marathon pace. Now what I'll be doing is doing that at a 6:16 pace, 6:16, 6:14, around there somewhere. I need to get into the specifics and do the timing right, but I want to start to practice what that's going to be like. And then I do have a 30k, and I don't think I've got anything above 30k. The question I have for you, and I need your help, is should I change my 30k to be longer? Last year I did a 36k, but once we get into the plan, once we get into the breakdown of what the plan has, I really want your thoughts on, should I adjust it and extend my longer run, or keep to the plan of doing the 5 runs a week while doing my max run at 32k. I really would be interested. I really want to, I really need your thoughts, tips, tricks, recommendations, suggestions, anything. Not saying I'm going to do it, I just want to put it out there. Yeah, so then what I want to do in that longer run is actually strategize and have a bit of a practice run of the marathon. Not pushing, but just, you know, doing the throttling and being able to start slower and build up that pace. That's the plan. All right, let's jump into the stats, see how we've gone, and then we're done and dusted. Okay, so it's come through on the Garmin. Let's check the Nike. Hasn't come through on the Nike. Okay, so we're gonna have to fix that. We'll have to come back to it. Don't know what's going on, but if we jump in here, have a look at what the Garmin's saying, which I don't think it's gonna work. It's just not loading. I don't know what's going on. It's like we might be jumping onto Strava. Well, there it is on Strava. Now this is saying I've done a 5:30 pace. I think that's a little inaccurate, but I thought I would have done it around a 5:35, but maybe not, maybe not. I mean, I'm not complaining. So if we have a look at this, yeah, okay, definitely really pushing myself. Pace wise was pretty good. 5:34, 5:32, 5:23, 5:40, 5:23, 5:50, 5:23, 5:33. So pretty consistent. A few ups and downs there. As you can see, every second K was fast, every first K was a little less. So interesting. Alright, finally come up on the Garmin. The Garmin is saying I've done 5:33. So there's a bit of discrepancy there, which is a little frustrating. But if we have a look. Yeah, there we go. Cadence wise, okay, interesting. Heart rate, yeah, I was sitting up pretty heavy. You can see there's a few drops where I walked, and I did get a little bit of a numb foot, but it came good. So yeah, a bit interesting. Anyway, I need to get going. So today's run, not too bad. Did really feel it mentally and physically. I was, having to dig deep, as you would have seen, but that's okay. That's okay. This week we do have a benchmark as well, which I'm excited for. Really want to top that this time, but we'll see. It's a beautiful day. I love it. I love this weather, and I wish I could be out here running all day or just doing all this kind of thing, and that's a whole different conversation. Anyway, hope you're doing well, hope you're feeling good. Appreciate all the support, all the comments, all the encouragement, and make sure you jump down into the timestamps, have a look around. Buffet of information, something here for everyone. And if there's something you would like to see, or if you have a comment, or if you have a question, chuck it in the comments below. Really appreciate you being here, and I'll see you when I'm looking at you. Ciao. Good morning and welcome to run number 57 for the Marathon Training Plan 2020, and today we are doing an endurance run. We are doing 9.5k. As you can tell, it is raining. Yay. But actually the good news is we get to run through puddles, so that's always exciting. Feeling not too bad. These are the shoes I am wearing today, trail running shoes, because I will be going out in the rain, in the mud, per usual. And as I was saying, yes, feeling not too bad. Pulled up all right after yesterday's tempo. I'm excited for this run just because it's a cruise run. It's a chance to just switch off, enjoy myself, listen to an audiobook, and kind of just get into a trance, go for a glide, and all that jazz. So looking forward to it. I guess the rain is somewhat actually relaxing and calming, especially when you hear it coming onto the hood. It's quite nice. So there's positives and negatives. Just like life, there's always good things and bad things. I'm being a little tongue-in-cheek here. Anyway, we're going to get out, get this done. Once again, I need to get this 9.5k done within the hour, which shouldn't be a problem, but because we have the 1 hour exercise arrangement that you're only allowed to do 1 hour of exercise outside of home. Stage 4 restrictions. We seem to be trending down though, so it's good. All right, let's make this happen, because my fingers are cold and I want to put my gloves on, so let's go. Outfit change, got too hot. Alright, 6k in, back on pace. Yeah boy. averaging 6:33, so way above target actually. Yeah. I think that might have been one of the toughest runs of this plan. It was just horrible. It was, I just couldn't get into a groove. Things are sore, I'm tired, and I mean, it's expected. It is expected. I need to, obviously I haven't recovered enough. Even though I might feel good, it's a little superficial, because as soon as I started running, like, I noticed that things were tired, things were sore, and you know, I didn't have energy to push, which is not the point of this run, to push, right? But you know, and I'm not complaining. I've crawled back to the pace I wanted to be, probably faster anyway. Sorry, probably faster than expected anyway. But it was a tough run. It was just couldn't get into that zone, and you know, it's been a common theme across this entire series that things don't go to plan, and that can be whether it's a surprise and you get a really good result, or it's a surprise and it shocks you, and it doesn't come as you expected, right? But that's okay, it's all right. Now, a couple of things I was just thinking about is, yesterday I mentioned about how I want to talk about, you know, what the rest of the plan looks like, and you know, around the long runs. Yesterday I mentioned around the plan to show you the rest of the entire plan over the next coming weeks and what the long runs look like, and I'll be getting into this probably tomorrow when I do my benchmark run, and just explaining a bit more of what that looks like, what I'm planning, and also to get a bit more insight from you. So that's coming tomorrow. And I've also got a book review. Well, not really a book review, but you know, I finished off what I talk about when I talk about running, and there's a few quotes that I want to really share with you all around, you know, what resonated with me. And it's quite a nice book. It's a bit of a memoir, and I will get into that as well. So there's a few things coming today. I just need to kind of chill. Need to go have a quick rest before I get into work. So don't really have too much to say other than don't become overwhelmed when things don't go as planned, right? We also need to be mindful of wishful thinking versus planning versus expectations. There's a whole bunch of those things, right? And wishful thinking is dangerous because it's literally thinking that something's going to occur when it's not going to. And then there's planning, which, you know, with planning you can put as much planning into play, and hopefully that will give you a result which is determined, but it's still a bit of a risk, right? And then there's expectations as well, and that can be dangerous too, because sometimes we set expectations way too high, which are unrealistic, or sometimes we lowball them and things like that. So it's a slippery slope, but it's a combination of a bunch of all those to ensure that we're managing how we perceive, you know, our outcomes and results. Let's get into the results as well. Here's the stats. All right, hopefully this is synced properly. So there was a bit of a Garmin issue yesterday with Nike. I had to resync it, so I did that after hours, but hopefully today it's going to come across. There seems to be a bit of a delay with it. Let's see. No, it's come through straight away. Sweet. All right, Wednesday morning run. Endurance 9.5. It was challenging. It was a tough run. Right, let's have a look. So we've done a little bit further than 9.5, 6:30 pace. So I mean, it's solid stuff. Really, really good. I just want to jump over down to. So I mean, look, the pace wise, I really did increase, right? And you can see that as I go across. But the start of this run, I mean, it was raining, and it's raining again now, but probably after a K it stops raining and I was getting too hot, so I took off my jacket, and that helped a bit. But I'm mentally tired and physically tired, and it's probably a combination of the running is starting to compound, which is okay, so I need to be mindful of this. But I'm pretty exhausted as well, just because of work, and I'm not sleeping well, and there's a whole combination of things, right? And when your mind doesn't rest, it puts a few pressures on the rest of the body. So really trying to deal with that, and that really frustrates me, because if I can get in control of that, then it will have a better impact. So that's what I'm trying to get on top of, and I'm behind in my next video, and let's jump on over to the Garmin. I mean, if we have a look here, you can see there's so many dips, so many ins and outs. It wasn't really a good run, but the positive outcome from this run is I've learned a bit more about myself. I'm starting to learn what I'm capable of, you know, what's enabling me to do better, what's hindering me, and those things. And this is all part of the plan. So this is still a very good run, because, well, from a time perspective it's great, but it's a reality check, and it's helping me understand that there is going to be these ups and downs, and I need to be very mindful of this for the coming, 5 weeks or so, right? So it's all good. It's all good. All right, thanks for being here. Really do appreciate it. Make sure you jump down into the timestamps. There's a buffet of information, something for everyone, hopefully. And if you have a comment, question, just want to leave something, say something, put it in the comments below. But for now, I'll see you when I'm looking at you. Good morning and welcome to run number 58 for the marathon training plan. And today we are doing benchmark number 6. That is right, benchmark number 6. And I have been looking forward to this. I've got a bet to settle with myself that I can beat my previous time. So as you know, I've been doing this over the last couple of weeks, every couple of weeks, and this is number 6, and the time I'm aiming for is 4:13 or 4:14, somewhere there. I'll chuck it up. That's what I'm aiming for. I want to beat it by 1 second. That's all I want to do. 1 second. Now I'm feeling confident, but I'm also feeling not confident. I'm tired, I'm exhausted, but I'm motivated and I really want this. So lessons learned last time, I went out too strong. This time I'm gonna try and just ease into it a bit better, and then push. Whew, I'm excited. We can do this. Can we do it? Can we do it? All right, these are the shoes I'm wearing today. Got my speed shoes on. They're just the newer shoes, so they're not really any different, but yep, those are the shoes I'm wearing today. And if anything, I might even run faster, because it's been raining all morning and there's just been a bit of a break between the rain, and there's a bit of blue sky in front of me, and I think I'm going to be risking it, but I want to get this done. We're only going to be out for 15 minutes or so, so let's get this happening. I'm excited. Thanks for being here. Appreciate the encouragement, support, comments. Now, I do apologize if I am very, very close. It's because I still don't have my new GoPro selfie stick, so I'm using this really short one. So sometimes I have it really close, realizing that we're very, very close. So getting up and personal. All right, let's do this. I'm gonna put this down. Ten seconds. All right, here we go. See you on the flippity flip. Woo. I don't know. I think I might have. I don't know. I really don't know. But though, I don't know. I really don't know. We'll find out when we get back. Time for a cool down. Hello. Let's go. All right. I have no idea how I've gone. I'm pretty confident I've done it, but there's a chance there where, I don't know, it's going to be very close. So we're going to be very close, or I've done it. Oh, I'm super nervous to look. Whatever happens, I gave it my all with everything I've got. Almost felt like puking as well, so but I didn't feel like I was putting myself under bad conditioning, meaning like I wasn't being shocking on form. I was staying true and trying to be structured and keep posture and all that jazz. So because the problem with going out and doing these things super strong and super tough with lots of push is, you know, if I hadn't stretched or done the right things in advance, it opens it up for a bit of an injury. Then again, injuries come with many different surprises. So let's get into it. Whatever happens, it is what it is. All right, let's do it. Look at that. I just got fastest 1K, which is interesting because I thought I had a faster one than that, but maybe it's just to do with the new watch, but I'll take it. I'll take it. All right. First, we'll check it's on the Nike. I won't be able to see the result because it doesn't show the workout, but I just want to make sure it's synced. Make sure it's all there. Yep, it's all there. Chuck it in at benchmark. Apply. This was, yep. All right. Now's the moment of truth, eh? This is going to be interesting. Jump down to activities. Running today. Here we go. Jump on over to it. All right. How do I look at this? The run. I've done it. I've done it. Yes. Oh, good grief. 4:09. Look at that. Wow. As you can see, this does the new app. Sorry, because of the new Garmin, it breaks it up into warm up, into run, and into cool down. But that run, look at that. This is awesome news. Oh yes, 4:09. Oh, I think this could possibly be my peak. I don't know. Peak for this plan anyway. I'm so happy. Yes. Woohoo! Thanks for all the encouragement and support. I knew you were rooting for me, so wow. Let's have a look at the heart rate. Actually, let's just have a look at the pace situation here, so you can see where yeah, this is great. I'll chuck the heart rate on there too. Okay, interesting. And then if we look at cadence, yeah, look at that. The cadence is up there, just where I'm doing all the fun stuff. Wow, this is epic. I've done really, really good. Wow. Small win for the day. I'll take it. Hopefully, hopefully I'll be able to beat it again, but I'm not too sure if I'm going to be wanting to push it in the coming weeks, and can't even remember if I've got a benchmark, to be honest, but we'll get into that shortly. So super happy with that. It's good. It's to be honest, I wasn't sure if I had done it, but the first the first part there, and I'll chuck it back up on screen, you'll be able to see that I didn't go out as strong, right? Which is fine, and that was the intent. And then all of a sudden I jumped up, as you can see. So it's I've crawled up, peaked, dropped a little, and then maintained, which was a bit hard. It was. I was feeling it, but it was worth it. So good, so good. Awesome. All right, so I just want to quickly give a recap on, and it's a different kind of book. It's more of a memoir, or kind of an autobiography in some sense, of just about this guy's journey as a runner and as a novelist. It's a book given to me by my girlfriend Carla, and I had actually never got around to reading it, just because when I read books I fall asleep. So I said to her that I will get it with my Audible membership, and well, I got it, and it was really good. It wasn't kind of like one of these books where I thought it was going to be giving you tips or facts or realizations. It was more about just his journey with running, and how he got into it, and long distance running, and it was just relatable in some areas. And there's a few quotes that I kind of wanted to just share with you all, just because I think you all have, if you've read it, you'll know it, but if you haven't, they're just all relatable quotes, which I think at one point or another you're going to experience it. And I'd be curious to know if, when I share these quotes, do they resonate with you? Let me know, because they've resonated with me. Pain is unavoidable. Suffering is optional. Say you're running and you think, man, this hurts, I can't take it anymore. The hurt part is unavoidable reality, but whether or not you can stand anymore is up to the runner himself, right? And it's so relevant to that benchmark I've just done. The next one is, being active every day makes it easier to hear that inner voice, right? And it's so true. The more I run, the more I learn about myself, the more I can hear it, and the more clear things become. In long distance running, the only opponent you have to beat is yourself, the way you used to be. This is so true as well, and you would have seen it last week as well. I'd done that distance so many times, but even though I did it again, another piece of me was beaten. When I'm running, I don't have to talk to anybody and don't have to listen to anybody. This is a part of my day I can't do without. So true. Getting out, getting into a trance, and just chilling, just having some one-on-one time with yourself. Self-love, it's important. It's much needed. And if you run, you'll know what I'm talking about. So that's that. They're the takeaways that I had, but I do encourage you, get your hands on it. I've got a link in the description, and it's well worth the listen or read. All right, so what's next? Well, I wanted to give you guys a snippet of what's to come, right? And I'm going to flash a few things up on screen, and if you've watched my week 1 to week 9 recap, you would have seen that, what I've done to date, and I'll chuck that quickly up on screen, and you can see the progress that I've done. Now, what I want to talk about is what week 10 to 18 looks like, and I've got this up on screen now, and you can see that we're on week 12, so we're doing 54k this week, and then we will start to drop a little bit, and we'll go up a little bit, and then we'll drop, and that's when we're tapering. And the 49 is inclusive of the 42k. Now, within this, in the full view, you can see, and I haven't put the long runs in the past, but for this week I'm doing 27.5. I'll be doing 23.5 next week, then it goes to 30, and then it goes to 21.5, 16.5, 13.5, and then the big 42.2. So a question for you guys is, do you think I should be doing a bit longer distance in one of those 30s? Well, actually, there's only one 30. Do you think I should do that 30 a bit longer or not? Curious to know. I did it last year. This year I focused a bit more on the additional distance or mileage in terms of volume, and also some of the speed work. So I'll be curious to get your thought. And if you want, I can give you a bit of a sneak peek of what we're doing also in the actual plan across the coming weeks as well, like in the actual Nike plan. So let me bring that up for you, because I think this is important to understand. So for the rest of the week, you've already seen, but if I jump over to the full schedule, I'm getting eaten alive by mozzies. So week 13, we've got speed session again, 7 times 1,000 meters. So we're starting to change it up a bit. And then we've got an endurance. That speed session is 5:43, but in intervals. So stopping and starting. So changing the pace in terms of the way I'm doing the speed work. Got an endurance, got another speed session, 6x400, then the long run, and then an endurance. And then when we jump over to 14, same thing, 7x1000s, a 9k endurance, a 1k benchmark again, a long run, 30 kilometers, and then a 7.5k endurance. So I'm really starting to shuffle how I'm doing the speed work. 15, 5 times 8 on a speed work, 11 kilometers endurance, 5 times 4, 21.5 kilometers, and then 9 kilometers endurance. Then we get to a 4 times 4 again. We get to an 8k endurance, 5 times 200 meter, 16.5k long run, and a 7k endurance. And then 4x4, 6.5 kilometers, 5x2, 13.5 long run, and then a 5.5 endurance. And then the final week, 4x4, an endurance of 6.5 again, 5.2, rest it up, and then the big 42. So that's the coming plan. So deep insight right there. Let me know what you want to know. Ask a question. Sorry, I am getting eaten alive. And I'd love to know your thoughts. Now, as I said, the plan this year was to focus on doing the speed work, the tempo work, and it looks like from next week we start to buckle down on that in a new layer, right, with the stopping and starting and the interval training. So I think that's going to be key here, and maybe it doesn't matter about, I'm not doing further than 30 kilometers because I've done the additional volumes and whatnot. And I think what will be interesting is to compare this entire plan to what I did last year as well. But that's for another conversation. So that's all I've got for today. Let me know what you think. Curious to know. I'm feeling so happy that I've conquered that. I feel cooked, but well deserved. And it's a beautiful day now. It was sunny. I mean, it was raining before. Now it's all sunny. It's bizarre. Anyway, it's Thursday today, almost the weekend. Looking forward to it. Appreciate all the support, all the encouragement. Make sure you jump down into the timestamps. There is a buffet of information for everyone. Something there which hopefully stands out to you. So jump around, have a look, leave a comment of what stood out for you. Let me know if there's something else you want to see, or if you have a question. And I've actually started to think about what my YouTube channel is going to look like after this training series. I've got some interesting ideas. I really do have some good ideas. But if there's something that you're curious about or you think could go well, let me know as well. All right, see you when I'm looking at you. Ciao. Good morning and welcome to run number 59 for the Marathon Training Plan 2020. And today is an endurance run. And oh my gosh, I think the weather's just made a change. It's been sunny for the last 20 minutes and I'm thinking it's going to be the best time to get out to do this endurance, and it's just picked up. Oh no. Anyway, we are doing 8k at a 6:39 pace. It's very cold, it's 6 degrees, the sun's just disappeared, the wind's coming out. I'm gonna risk it. It looks a bit of blue over there, it's a bit of everything, to be honest, so it's a bit yeah, we'll see. Today's run is all about focus and getting into the zone. And when I say focus and getting into the zone, I mean just a trance, just going for a cruise. Don't really care. It's Saturday morning. This is the types of runs that I love. I can just get up, take my time, cruise, listen to an audiobook, listen to music, whatever it is, and just have some fun. And these are the shoes I'm wearing today, so it will be a bit muddy. It's been raining all night, so it should be a bit of fun as well, just to splash around and have a bit of fun. Unfortunately, my new tripod has not come yet, so if I'm still very close, I do apologize. And there's been a bit of a rattle in this old shorty tripod as well, so I do apologize, but just hold on, we'll get there. Appreciate all the support, all the encouragement that I've been getting in my latest video for week number 11. It's been really great, guys. Really do appreciate it. And there was a bunch of things there in the last video which I shared and showed, which I was thinking about not showing, and I'm so glad I did, because it helps build what I want this channel to be about. And whether it's a journey of life or whether it's a journey of running, I want to make sure the realities are there. So sounds like the feedback has proven that was good, so thank you. All right, it's cold. I need to get the gloves on, need to get moving, and should be a good run. I'm excited. I'm feeling all right too. we'll get into some other things once I finish. I just want to start running just so I can start to warm up. So let's go. So good. So good. Go. Come on. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, Saturday runs, clear head runs, when you don't have any pressures, when you don't have anything bounding, or I guess limiting your ability to enjoy the run at your own, comfortable. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is there is nothing better when you can get out and do a run and there's nothing there which is going to change or limit how long you want to be, what you want to do, and how you want to do it. It's just, what I mean by this is I don't have anything on today. Day off, weekend. I don't have to worry about rushing to get back to do anything. I don't have to worry about, oh, I need to do this, or I've got this on today. Stress-free. And when you have a run where you can just chill. Usually I'm using the runs to decompress, right? But because I don't have to decompress, it makes it so much better. I had a good sleep last night. Last week I was mentioning that I hadn't been sleeping pretty well. And even, actually, sorry, this week, start of the week, I was mentioning I wasn't sleeping too well. So it's been a bit of a roller coaster, but last night I just took some time, spent it with the family, and was able to just decompress. Much needed and much deserved. And then a good night's sleep has enabled me just to really be positive today and get out and enjoy myself. And there's little things which make big differences. Like last night we were playing some board games around the table. We'd already had dinner and we were a bit spontaneous, and we ordered some pizza and we just continued playing, and it was just good times. And I think one thing about this entire situation at the moment, what's going on in the world and with everything, is it's really highlighted to me the important things and things which I want to make priorities. And I think that's important, that, you know, even though there's a lot of poop happening in the world right now, trying to identify the real good things that are coming out of this. And if that means that I have a better mentality, a better realization around priorities and purpose and goals, well, to me it's very good. I'm not going to say it's worth it, because that would be very harsh, but I'm just trying to appreciate the wins and the small wins too. The other thing I wanted to mention before we get into the stats was, as I keep saying, you know, some of the stuff that I've been putting on here, if you'd asked me to do it a year ago, I would never have done it. And I had also mentioned just the other day that I'm thinking about what I'm going to be doing on my channel once this all finishes, the training series. And I've got some ideas, but I think one thing is I need to stop limiting myself and thinking, no one will want to watch that, no one wants to see this, because who am I to make that decision? And yes, I'm the content creator, but at the end of the day, I'm not creating it to be perfect. I'm not creating it to show that I'm some superstar or I'm this or that. I'm just creating it because, one, I'm documenting, I'm sharing, and I think I have something that other people will want to hear. So if it's one person, 2 people, 3 people, 100 people, whatever, I think it all makes a difference. So I'm going to really try and be more mindful and have a bit more intention in trying to make sure that I don't doubt myself and share more. Yep, that's my that's my rant discussion chat for today. Let's get into the stats. Let's see how we've done. I know we've done all right. I think I've probably come in at around maybe a 6:20, 6:16 pace. Pretty good actually. That's what I'm thinking. So let's get into it. All right. There we go, 6:18 pace. Oh my goodness. I think that's what it said. Yep, 8K, 6:18 pace. Heart rate was pretty good too. Not too bad. Look at that. And a few little dips and whatnot. At the start I was kind of just cruising, just having fun, and then I kind of buckled down and got into a zone. I'm happy with that. It's pretty good. And I'm sure the Garmin has something to say about it too. Yeah, 6:18 as well. Not too bad. It's nice. Let's have a look. Heart rate wise, I mean, when you look at it cadence wise, not too bad as well. Pretty consistent. And this performance condition, I don't really know what it means, but I think if it's at the 0, which is that single line, is basically it's just as baseline expected. So can't complain with that. The other thing I wanted to check on here was training effect. All right, so you improve your aerobic base during this activity. You did not gain any benefit. Okay, I don't really know what that means, but okay, improving, maintaining highly. Okay, this will be interesting to check out. And I didn't really get into this last week in the review, but it's something that obviously I need to test it over a few weeks to see how it's playing out. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Happy with that. Now tomorrow's the big day. 27.5 kilometers. That after last week's emotional little moment, this week's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna see if I can find a way to add an extra 300 meters or something, just whether it's around in my own property, and do a bit of I don't know. I need to find a way that I can avoid having to stop and start so much, like doing because usually I'm running up and then I'm kind of like this and then turning around kind of thing. If I can keep the movement, I might be able to make it work a lot better. So that is the plan. I've got to figure it out though. I've got to figure it out. Saturday, I'm excited. It's just gonna chill, just gonna switch off, chill. And because of this weather as well, you know, it makes you feel even better when you can just kick back, relax, whether it's play some video games or watch something, do something productive, video editing, I don't know, things that I want to do, right? And question for you is, do you play video games? What do you like to play? Let me know. At the moment, I've actually been playing the virtual SNES on my Switch, and I've been playing Kirby's Dream Course, which is, yeah, some good stuff, some nostalgia right there. Anyway, really do appreciate you being here. Make sure you jump down into the timestamps. There's a buffet of information and content for everyone, something for everyone, I hope. And if you have questions, thoughts, comments, whatever, chuck them down there as well, and I will get back to you as I always do each week. I read every single comment, and really appreciate you being here. And if you don't want to miss out on seeing stuff, make sure you do hit the subscribe button and that little notification bell. But of course, it's only up to you. So thanks for being here, and I'll see you when I'm looking at you. Good morning and welcome to run number 60 for the marathon training plan of 2020. And today it is a long run. We are doing 27.5 kilometers. Yes, we are. Well, I am. You're just going to sit back and relax. Grab some popcorn or grab something, because this is going to be a beast. We are doing about 9.5, 10K out around home, outside of home, sorry. As you would have heard, we only have a 1 hour exercise limit outside of home just due to lockdown at the moment. So I'll be doing 9.5, 10 kilometers outside of home on the usual loops. And then I'll be bringing it back home and be doing around 18 kilometers of repeats. Now, I've been able to get a bit creative, and while retaining to our driveway and private road, I've been able to stretch the 300 meters up to about 400 meters. So rather than having to do so much back-to-backs now, I probably won't do this full circuit of 400 meters each time, just because it is quite wet and it's been muddy. So I'm gonna have to see if I can just use that to break up the 300 meters every so often. But it looks like I'm gonna be doing about 50 repeats on average if I do about 350 meters. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be, I don't know if fun's the right word actually. It's gonna be a bit mental, but it is what it is. So we're gonna get out and get this done. I've got a couple of bottles of water. I've got a bottle of Tailwind, which I've just had a couple of swigs just to get some boost before the run. And I've also got a tub of snacks, so I'll be stopping every 5K just to stock up, refresh, refuel, take what I need, and hopefully replenish that nutrition and goods and energy. Look, to be honest, it hasn't really hit me that I'm doing 27.5 yet. Last week we did 22.5, the week before that was 24, so this, it will start to hit me when I'm doing those repeats of around 20. I think once I get to half marathon, I'm going to realize I've still got a good 6K to go. One thing that I would like to try and do in this is start to strategize and keep the pace up there for the final 7K. That will be a bit of a challenge just because of the weather conditions. It has been raining all night. It is so wet and muddy. These are the shoes I'm wearing. They're not the trail shoes, but I mean, I don't want to wear them because I wore them yesterday. So we'll have to just give it a go, see how we go. I do have a raincoat, a shirt, another pair of socks, and I do have another pair of shoes I can use if needed on standby, just in case it does rain, because the sun's just come out now, but it's forecasted to be rain for the rest of the morning. So yep, we do what we do. All right, I'm going to be listening to this book, and let's do it. Let's go. Jeepers, it's wet. A little too wet. Loop number 1. We're at 6.6K. 6.6K, averaging 6:25. So I got myself a bit of a buffer. I'm gonna go do about 3K, and then it's time for repeats. Look at all this water. Jeepers. 9.5K, averaging 6:22. It's time to start the grind. So good. There it is. And it's raining. Oh, puddles, mud. We got the works. All right, jacket's on, rain's out. That's a loop number 4, or repeat number 4. And the sun's back. About to hit 13K. Whew. Now I'm getting too warm. 15K. Just grabbed a snake and some Tailwind. Taking the jacket off again because it got sunny, and now it's about to start raining again. Unbelievable. You can actually see the track that I've made by running so many repeats. Jeepers. 20K. Time to top up and put on the tunes and smash it out. crank up the music, and we're gonna bring it home. 7.5k to go. Let's do it. Woo. Just hit a half marathon and emotional once again because that's 5 half marathons in 5 weeks. Back to back, baby. And it's just a reminder that I still got it. Come on. Come on. 6 and a bit K to go. Let's do this. Come on. Just going through a moment of push. I've got to build the momentum. Digging deep, really giving myself a pep talk. We've got to do this. We've got to keep pushing. It's called mud. It's probably the closest thing I've got to a friend on this run. It's the thing that's giving me a bit of a push. It's also keeping me honest, and it's also making me a little crazy. Let's go, 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 come on, come on. Averaging 6:29. We're trying to keep the momentum. Almost on 23. Come on. 24k. Things are real. 3.5 to go. We're gonna push deep. We're gonna dig deep. We're gonna get it done. Thinking about cold pizza and a smoothie. Let's do it. Come on. Gotta keep pushing. Almost 25k. Shoes. I think that's probably the coolest part. Thing is, when you're doing this kind of repeat, you're gonna find the little things that make it exciting, even if it means chatting to yourself. $25k. Wow, 25.26. It's the final string, the final snake. Let's do it. Look at those shoes. $2k and 250 meters to go. We're gonna smash it. I hope. Let's do it. Come on. This is when I said to myself, you were born for this. Come on. Let's bring it home, buddy. Let's bring it home. Let's get the tunes going. Woo. Bit of a slippery slide there. Let's go. 26.7. We're almost there, boys. We're almost there. Come on. I've done it. Done it again. Stuff ain't easy. stuff is not easy. I'm so happy. This is what it's about. Pushing yourself, pushing the limits, getting through the pain cave, breaking mental barriers. And look at this. Started with sunshine, been through the thick and thin of it all. Through rain, mud, the works. But here we are, finishing with sunshine and smiles and a little bit of tears of joy too. But there is nothing better than you getting out and doing more than what you thought you could do. Now, I've done this before. I've said that. I mean, I've done a marathon before, but it's the factor of different parameters, different conditions, different mental struggles. Every time you do this, you get a little bit better. Come on! I'm pumped. I'm pumped, and I'm so happy. I'm just catching up with myself. 27.5 kilometers. Come on. And 18 of that in 400-meter repeats. It's a mental thing, but that's all it is. It's all in here. I'll admit one thing though, moving a 300-meter back and forth to a 400-meter, keeping that momentum, made it literally probably 5 times easier than last week's 22.5, just because there was moments where I could focus on a little uphills and, you know, throttle down and just pull back a gear, whereas there was times where I know where the downhills are and I could just double down on those and get some of the speed. Now, some of the strategy for this one, and I didn't really push it the whole way, I mean I was trying to, but I realized it's probably not the smart thing to do, was I wanted to do the final 6K at marathon pace, which is meant to be around 6:16. I don't think I've done it purely, but we'll check into that shortly. I think I've done around a probably 6:28 pace altogether, but there was, once I hit 20k, I was probably ranging between 6 and 6:16 pace. There was a couple there which were 6:26 and 6:24, so I've probably done the average of 6:16, and this is what I'll be focusing on for the next coming weeks. I mean, this is week 12, end of week 12. We've got 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 to go, and then we are done, and hopefully we've something to show for it. Jeepers, look at this. Look at this mud. Unbelievable stuff. My calves are sore. Gonna have to do a very good stretch because it is painful stuff. And I need to be, that's why I didn't keep pushing as much, because I was feeling a few things. And I think with the twists and turns, as you would have seen, some of this track was a little narrow. So, good stuff. Let's get into the stats. All right, there we go. 27.5 kilometers, and yeah, it was tough stuff. I'm gonna say it was challenging, that's for sure. All right, let's have a look at this. So the Nike's saying 6:28 pace, 2:58, just shy of 3 hours, and jeepers, there is some lots of back and forth there. Now, if we have a look, you can see this on screen, and I'm just going to show you, things are popping up, but you can see dramatically I end up going up further. Right now, heart rate, yep, makes sense. Let's jump over to the Garmin, have a look here. Look at that, epic. I'm so happy. I'm so happy, so good. 6:28 pace. Best pace was a 4:41. Jesus, we're gonna have a look at that in a minute. But if you have a look here, you can see, look at that, by
what K must we be? Yeah, okay. You can see I've stepped it up. I mean, there's a lot of stopping and starting, but that's just because of the nature of the type of repeats I'm doing. But you can see for that final quarter, I had upped it big time. And if we look at cadence as well, you can see where I picked up the cadence. So I was trying to be intentionally better. Elevation, yeah, because I'm doing a slightly different course, there's a bit difference in elevation. So I was quite happy with that because it meant I was able to learn it a bit better. Now I'm going to have to do my 30k doing this. So next week I have a shorter run, and then the week after that is 30k. Oh jeepers, performance condition. So look at this, I actually performed above baseline for almost the first half, which is interesting. Okay, let's have a look at these splits. Now after 20k, this is when I got a bit more intentful with my pace, in terms of trying to do marathon pace of averaging 6:16. And I'm gonna have to do a bit of math, and I'll put it up on the screen of what it works out to be. But so 20 was 7:25. That's because I stopped and I had a drink. But then 21, 5:49, 6:02, 5:39, 5:59, 6:31, 6:54, 6:22, and then the first 500 meters of the 27.5, 3:35. So right there, you can see I've done some wonders. That's what I want to hear. Good things. All right, that's that. It's amazing what you can accomplish when you put your head to it and just get in the zone. And I'm not saying this was easy. This was not easy, as you can tell. And there was moments where I think I went a little mad. I ended up talking to myself and chatting to myself in third person. But it works, right? And maybe I should record that and show you what it's like. It's a bit of a weird thing to listen to, but you do what you got to do to get it done, right? So I got a question from Coach Kev, Purpose Driven. So he said he can't believe that I'm already on week 11, and obviously at the moment I'm doing week 12. But he was talking about, he remembers when I first started this, and he can't believe I'm already there. And he wanted to know, how do I feel about where I am now? Exactly what thought? Better than I was thinking, or further along than I thought I would be? Now this is a very interesting question, because the idea was I was meant to be following the Nike app, and it was going to be adapting, it was going to be adjusting it and changing it. It hasn't done any of that. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was because I started syncing with my Garmin, but it does not change anything. So that was a bit of a poop. Now in terms of my ability, I think what I'm showing you on camera about me being emotional, the tears and stuff, if this was stuff which was easy and I was thinking it was easy, I wouldn't be feeling this way. So I think I'm doing better than I expected. I think what I'm really amazed with is the progressive overload, right? And FitLab, Aaron from FitLab, he knows all about this. As you continue to push your muscles, they get more and more comfortable, right? And I think, to be honest, I've surprised myself continuously. I've done this type of training before. This is a little different with the speed work. So I think because I'm doing it consecutively back to back, and also I set the goal for myself for this training that I'm not stopping and starting my device while running. I'm making sure that I'm building in my own buffers and pace buffers within the runs themselves. And if I want to walk, I walk, but I have to make up the time. So yeah, I think I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for the question, mate. All right, Life with Vinslow. He asked about the HR monitor on the 935, and to be honest, I've probably found it a bit more consistent. But what I'm going to do for you, mate, is I'm going to have to come back to this one. I need to step away, do a bit of analysis on the computer, and I'm going to put this into next week's video. So it would be not week 12, it'll be week 13. And that way I've got a good enough amount of data to be able to show you if I can see anything that's different. All right, Sean Sticks, my good mate, he's also training for the Melbourne Marathon. So he, and him and I have been discussing this for a while around that it's most likely that the marathon's going to be cancelled, but it hopefully will be a virtual event. And he asked, have I planned out where I'm running? Now, one, I'm hoping that the 1 hour restrictions have been removed. Otherwise, I'll be doing repeats here. If it's a virtual run and it's on the same date, I will be doing it around home. I'm most likely going to be doing it around my normal loops, I think, but I can't really determine that until I know the full details, because if we're still not allowed to travel a distance out away from home, then that obviously answers the question. But once I have a solid update, and I think it comes the 19th of September, I'm going to start planning. I'm going to start thinking about how I can make the most of wherever it's going to be and start to strategize, because I want to get this time. I really want to get this time. So more on that as it comes. All right, that's the main questions for this week, and I do apologize if I've missed something. I do try to go through them all. I feel like I've missed something, but I was having a quick glimpse this morning, and that's all I could find. But if you do have a question, let me know in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer it. Usually most of the time I answer it actually in the comment, and then I do a full answer to the group as well, to the community. So you're getting best of both worlds. Wow, what a week. What a week. And the start of this week I was a bit, I mean, I think back now and it's probably not too bad, but I had a few ups and downs. I think the start of this week, I was still getting into a bit of a zone, but we had some wins this week. We really did. We had a benchmark and we smashed it. We had this long run and we smashed it. So, all for the wins. And that's what it's all about. You take each day as it comes. You got to take each day as it presents itself. And some days suck, like really suck. Just not with running, but just in general. But then there's days like this which are just so good. lots of I'm happy. I really am. And to be honest, this run was a lot easier overall compared to last week's from a mentality perspective. And I think being able to change how I did the dynamic of these sprints, these repeats, it's made a huge difference. So woohoo! Continue to fail and learn, and adapt and move with agility, move with mobility, and come up with new ways of getting through these challenges that we're all dealing with, when we're all dealing with different challenges at the moment. So you're not alone. Let's have a sneak peek of next week. All right, so next week what we have is, all right, so we're doing some speed work, and this time we're doing 7 times 1,000 meters and with 3-minute rests at 5:43 pace. This will be interesting. I'm keen for this because it's a different dynamic. I'm excited to be able to give that a go. We've got an endurance, we've got a 6x4. Now this one is a 5:09 pace, meaning 5:09. It's time to let loose a little bit. I'm excited. We've got a long run, 23.5. That shouldn't be too bad. And we have an endurance of 10K. Should be a pretty solid week. I'm pretty excited with that. The second half, as I mentioned earlier in this video, is, sorry, not the second half, the next part of this plan is going to be really focusing on bringing everything together. I've done the good foundation work, and now it's starting to work on that speed work. And hopefully once I get into taper time, I'm going to just absorb it in, soak it in, and then when it comes game day, we're going to get out there and we're going to get that, hopefully 4:25. Not just 4:30, 4:25. I want to beat 4:26. All right, that's it from me. Thanks for being here so much. I really do appreciate it. All the love, all the encouragement, all the support, and means the world to me. All right, that's it from me. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, do the whole shebang, and hustle. Ciao.